Have you ever pondered why some children's movies send shivers down their spines? It's a question that might not have crossed your mind. Yet, the reality is, many children's films carry an element of fear that's both intriguing and unsettling. It's not about turning these movies into full-fledged horror flicks, but rather about introducing a touch of suspense and thrill into an otherwise innocent narrative. Take a moment to recall some of the classics. You might remember Coraline, a seemingly benign tale of a young girl exploring her new home, only to stumble upon a parallel universe that's far more sinister than it first appears. The Other Mother, with her button eyes and deceptive sweetness, is an image that likely lingered in your memory long after the credits rolled. Then, there's Monsters, Inc., a world where monsters generate their city's power by scaring children. While the movie is packed with humor and heartwarming moments, it's hard to ignore the initial premise of monsters lurking in the closet, ready to strike fear into the hearts of unsuspecting children. And who could forget Jumanji? This adventure-packed film, filled with dangerous animals and treacherous traps, could easily set hearts racing. Yet it's a beloved family film that has stood the test of time. In each of these examples, the fear factor is an integral part of the story. It's what drives the plot, challenges the characters, and ultimately engages the audience. But why include these elements of fear in a children's movie? What purpose does it serve, and how does it impact the young audience? These are the questions we'll be delving into as we explore the fear factor in children's movies. By understanding the reasoning behind these eerie elements, we can gain a deeper appreciation for these films and the way they balance fear with fun, suspense with silliness, and terror with tenderness. Unveiling the fear behind these movies could lead to a better understanding of what makes a children's movie both entertaining and a bit frightening. Let's dive in and explore this fascinating topic together. Take Coraline, for example, a stop-motion masterpiece that is both enchanting and eerie. This film, based on Neil Gaiman's novel, is a compelling blend of whimsical fantasy and bone-chilling horror, a juxtaposition that is as intriguing as it is unsettling. One of the most unnerving elements in Coraline is the character of the Other Mother. On the surface, she seems like an idealized version of Coraline's real mother, more attentive, more indulgent, and seemingly more loving. But as the story unfolds, we see the Other Mother's true nature. She is a monster, a creature that feeds on the souls of children, and her transformation from a caring figure to a nightmarish entity is a chilling commentary on the dangers of idealization and the inevitable disillusionment that follows. Then, there are the button eyes. The Other Mother and all the inhabitants of the other world have buttons instead of eyes. This is a visual element that is inherently disturbing. Eyes are often described as the windows to the soul, so to replace them with inanimate, emotionless buttons is to strip these characters of their humanity. It's a subtle but powerful way to signal to the audience that something is deeply wrong in this other world. Another element that contributes to the overall fear factor of the movie is the sense of isolation. Coraline is frequently alone, with her parents often too busy to pay attention to her. This loneliness drives her to explore the other world, and it also makes her vulnerable to the Other Mother's manipulations. It's a stark reminder that loneliness can be a powerful and dangerous force. Finally, there's the pervasive sense of dread that permeates the film. From the moment Coraline steps into the other world, there's a feeling that something isn't quite right. This unease grows as the story progresses, culminating in a climax that is both thrilling and terrifying. While Coraline may be a children's movie, it doesn't shy away from exploring darker themes, making it a memorable and slightly unsettling viewing experience. Then there's Monsters, Inc., a movie that turns the concept of monsters under the bed into a full-fledged, fright-filled adventure. At the heart of this Pixar classic, we find a world where monsters are not just real, but have built an entire industry around the act of scaring children. Now, if that's not an unnerving premise, I don't know what is. Think about it for a moment. A society of creatures that thrive on our worst childhood fears. They harness the screams of terrified children, converting them into a source of energy. It's quite the eerie concept, isn't it? But what makes Monsters, Inc. particularly chilling is its antagonist. the seemingly unassuming Randall Boggs. This chameleon-like creature, with his ability to blend into any background, is the stuff of nightmares. Able to appear and disappear at will, he embodies the quintessential monster under the bed or in the closet. He's sneaky, he's ruthless, and he's out to get you when you least expect it. Yet, as scary as these elements may seem, they serve a purpose. The fear factor in Monsters, Inc. is not gratuitous. It's not there just for the sake of it. It's part of a well-crafted narrative that pushes the story forward and adds depth to the characters. It tests our protagonists, Sully and Mike, challenging them to confront their fears and in the process grow. Moreover, Monsters, Inc. Quarry cleverly balances its terrifying elements with humor and heart. Amidst the frightful encounters, there are moments of levity and warmth. The movie's charm lies in its ability to make us laugh, even as it sends shivers down our spine. This unique blend of horror and humor keeps the narrative engaging, ensuring that the fear never becomes overwhelming. Despite its scary premise, Monsters, Inc. manages to balance fear with humor, creating an entertaining yet spine-chilling children's movie. And it's this delicate balance that makes the film not just a thrilling ride, but also a timeless classic. And who could forget Jumanji, a movie that brings a board game's dangers to life? This film, filled with jungle beasts and treacherous terrains, takes the concept of game night and flips it on its head, creating a world where each roll of the dice could mean life or death. Now let's break down the elements that make Jumanji a heart-pounding adventure. First off, the game itself. Jumanji isn't your average board game. It's a Pandora's box of jungle catastrophes, from rampaging rhinos to venomous spiders, each more terrifying than the last. The unpredictability of the game keeps us on the edge of our seats, wondering what disaster will strike next. The threats the characters face are another significant fear factor. Every roll of the dice brings a new challenge. One moment, you're being chased by a lion. The next, you're sinking in quicksand or being hunted by a deranged hunter. The stakes are incredibly high, and the danger is real. The characters aren't just playing a game, they're fighting for their lives, adding a layer of intensity that keeps our pulses racing. The overall perilous nature of the game also contributes to the film's fear factor. The game doesn't just threaten the players, it endangers the entire town. The jungle spills into the real world, turning suburban homes into treacherous terrains and quiet streets into stampeding highways. The characters must not only survive the game, but also protect their world from being overrun by the jungle's chaos. But it's not all doom and gloom. Amid the danger and fear, Jumanji also teaches valuable lessons about bravery, teamwork, and facing your fears. The characters grow stronger with each challenge, learning to work together and overcome their fears to beat the game and restore peace. So while Jumanji may be a thrilling and slightly terrifying viewing experience, it also shows us that even in the face of fear, we can find the courage to persevere. Jumanji takes the fear factor in children's movies to a whole new level, making it a thrilling and slightly terrifying viewing experience. So why are some children's movies so scary? As we've journeyed through the world of children's cinema, we've seen how filmmakers delicately weave elements of fear into their narratives. These elements, be they dark themes, eerie characters, or precarious situations, are not just intended to frighten our young viewers, but to engage their imaginations, challenge their perceptions, and ultimately make for a more memorable viewing experience. We've delved into the eerie world of Coraline, where we discovered that beneath the surface of enchanting animation and whimsical storytelling, there lurks a tale of caution and courage. The film uses its sinister antagonist and dark themes to teach viewers about the importance of discernment and bravery in the face of danger. In Monsters, Inc., we encountered monsters that were more goofy than ghastly, but the movie still used the universally recognized symbol of fear, monsters, to create an element of thrill. Yet it's through these fearsome beasts that children learn about friendship, empathy, and overcoming their fears. The wild world of Jumanji brought us face to face with dangerous situations in an enchanted board game. Yet amidst the perilous adventures, the movie instilled in us the values of teamwork, resilience, and the strength that lies within us to confront our fears. The fear factor in children's movies, as we've seen, is not merely about instilling fear. Rather, it's a tool used by filmmakers to enhance the viewing experience, to make these movies exciting, to challenge our young viewers, and to impart valuable life lessons. These elements of fear, while they may be scary, are often cloaked in humor, camaraderie, and a sense of adventure, making these movies thrilling and memorable. So while some children's movies may indeed be scary, remember that beneath the surface of these fearsome tales, there lies a world of imagination, excitement, and valuable life lessons. While some children's movies may be scary, they also provide thrilling, memorable experiences that captivate audiences of all ages.